The sunflower and the ivy form. There was a greenhouse, once, tucked away in the farthest corner of a garden that nobody visited anymore. The kind of place you don't notice until it's falling apart, until you're standing in it and it smells like memory and grief. Inside, beneath the sagging wood and the glass panels long cracked by weather and time, there once lived a sunflower and an ivy. They didn't begin in the same season, but they found each other anyway. The sunflower was golden, blinding sometimes. He reached toward the sky like it owed him something. There was a need in him that never quieted. And the ivy never needed to be seen. She grew around him, slowly, softly, in the quiet ways love learns how to exist without asking for anything in return. She never told him not to reach. She just wanted to be close enough to feel the warmth when he did, to hold on to him in the spaces no one else saw, to belong to something that didn't need her but never asked her to leave. And for a while, that was enough. For a while, they were enough. But the thing about reaching for the sky is that it doesn't reach back. The sunflower grew taller, hungrier, brighter. He ached for something beyond the glass, and the ivy still wrapped around him felt the tension begin to build. The way he leaned away, the way she wasn't enough to hold him still anymore. She didn't say a word. She never had. Instead, she let go. Not all at once. Leaf by leaf, vine by vine. The way you unlove someone who never meant to break you, but didn't know how not to. She unwound herself, gently, reverently, and disappeared into the wooden beams, the quiet corners where grief goes to live. And the sunflower, he kept growing. But something about the light began to feel colder. The sun didn't change, but he had. And there was no one left to tell him that the difference mattered. Time passed the way time always does, too slowly in the moment, too quickly in retrospect. The greenhouse forgot its purpose. The earth went dry. The sunflower, once impossibly bright, began to bow under the weight of his own life. Petals curled, stalk bent, and still he tilted toward the place where she used to be, as if some part of him had always known what his heart refused to understand. The ivy did not grow around another. She spread outward. She filled the silence. But she never curled around anyone else. There are some shapes you can only make once, and she had already made his. Then one morning, years later, when the air had turned thin and sharp, and the world outside forgot what spring felt like, the sunflower bent for the last time, not in pain, not in drama, but in surrender. His petals, once bold, now dropped like pieces of a story no one would finish. And the ivy, old now, brittle in places and so tired, she reached for him. She didn't wrap him tightly. She didn't cling. She just curled around his fallen stem, soft and slow, like a whisper to the body of someone you loved too long to let go of, but not enough to keep. She didn't do it to bring him back. She did it because you don't let the person you love die alone. When the gardener found them, he didn't speak. He just stood in the doorway, hat in hand, heart in throat, and whispered, she still loved him. And in the broken hush of that old greenhouse, where the sunlight filtered through cracks like forgotten apologies, where the air was thick with what once was, the sunflower and the ivy remained entwined. Not because love always wins, not because they got it right, not because they healed, but because they existed, because they loved, because sometimes that's all you get, and sometimes that's everything.